What?
Hey, let's talk about it. I'm listening, baby. Hey, am I on my happy hour?
Woo.
Oh,
What a damn day, man. Greetings, hello, salutations, what's happenings, cheers and cheerio to all my folks who are listening out there. Definitely want to send a warm welcome to the Online Happy Hour. It is your life coach, your friend, your confidant, the author, the host, your main man. It's me, Andy Brown, laying down some good game tonight, man. Shout out to all my folks who sent text messages at church. Yeah, y'all do what y'all do. Hey, Miss JoJo, how you doing, darling? Good to see you. Thank you for sticking around. Hope the family's doing well in Texas and in Missouri and everywhere else they may be. Definitely want to send a wonderful shout out to my family and friends, those who are listening via Texas. I hope you all are safe in South Louisiana. I want to send a wonderful shout out to my folks in the Midwest, in the greater Kansas City area. Definitely want to send a shout out to my folks out there in California, my folks out there in Mississippi. Yeah, in Mississippi. They got internet in Mississippi. Ain't that cool? Yeah, that's what's up. And my folks out there in Miami, Florida, and also in the East Coast, man. Shout out to all my folks who are listening out there, man. This is the Online Happy Hour, broadcasting live right here on this station, man. Subscribe to the channel. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you're watching this on Instagram, if you're watching this on Facebook, please subscribe to the channel. Click on the link, and it's going to take you there so you can be in tune with some of the shows, some of the guests, some of the topics that we discuss each and every Thursday night, 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, living vicariously through you. It's what we do, man. I have fun. It's warm out here. I got a tent on the glass and poured a good drink. I'm going to have some fun. Usually I'm in one of those moods where I can lay out a wonderful discussion topic and hit y'all with some good game. Tonight is going to be a little bit different because the atmosphere is asking for that. So please know that you're going to still get enlightened, still get educated. I got some wonderful things coming up. I have a few gifts I'd like to give away for people in the chat room who chime in and give some feedback and some comments. I got some good, clean stuff for y'all, man. It's not nasty things, not something you have to get vaccinated for, but definitely some stuff you can take to heart and be at ease. So be sure to hit the link. Be sure to follow me on social media. Anywhere that you see the @ sign and the hashtag @AndyBrownSpeaks, it is me. It's your boy. I do this for fun. I do this for a living, and I do this for the simple relaxation of the mind, man. This is just good. It's therapeutic lifestyle. So that's what I'm here for. I'm in it to win it, man. I'm doing what I'm doing for you. This coming into the month, in September, I got my first of many. I've been training with other people, but this is going to be my very first class scheduled September the 26th, going on in the Grand Prairie area as a licensed NRA firearm instructor. I'm giving away the tips and tools to make you a better shot to protect yourself. So be sure to sign up for my class. Information is going to be there. I have that posted on multiple social media sites. Be sure to check that out, man. Come on and be a part of that. And just put yourself in a little bit more of awareness, what you need to do to protect yourself in the event that something may happen. Because let's face it, all of y'all can't fight. All of y'all never learned how to fight. You really never had to, but in times like this, more than ever, there are people out there who are arming themselves, and you just got to stay prepared, man. It's not necessarily about you, and I get it. You're scared of firearms, and you're scared of what the people are going to do, and you're going to trust the Lord, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you're riding your staff, man. Just make sure that you go home safe, that your family is protected, and that you just put yourself in the best situation to have the best night and good night's sleep that you can have out of harm's way. So I'm going to teach you some tips and tools about that. Be sure to sign up. I got information below that's going to hit you with that. So without further ado, man, let's just go on and wrap it up into it, man, and just tell you what's going on, man. The thoughts and ideas displayed today on the Online Happy Hour do not reflect those with bitter hearts, poor habits, nasty mannerisms, and pessimistic mindsets. But what it does reflect are those who are willing to state their mind, be real, keep it 100, and be truthful in everything that they do, to make each other better, to make each other the best that we can be, and to enlighten someone who may need some help and some insight tonight. So tonight's topic isn't really one per se. I'm just going to go around the horn, man, and talk about some stuff that's been on my mind. So you mad, though? Like the things that are causing us stress. I've been stressed out. Yes, I have been stressed out. I get worn out. It's whether it's with family, whether it's with finances, whether it's this talk about the vaccines, whether it's the month of September. We're going into a whole new season. So I'm gonna talk. I just have to be candid sometimes. Can I be candid with you all? I was asked to bring Dr. Umar Johnson back on, and about some stuff we're going on about him and in marriage, and he wasn't really up for it. He didn't want to partake in some of that, and I totally get it. I was asked to talk about some relationship deals, and you know what? It's okay to get involved with that, but you got to have some healing before you can constantly talk about these relationships, man. It's not always a good thing to always bicker back and forth about relationships that you're in or not in, and you're not right with yourself. So we have to talk about some of those things right there. And some of us, we had some issues. We had a guest a few weeks ago talk about how to get your money together, get your money right. And a lot of people weren't prepared for that because, shit, their money ain't right. And be honest with yourself, man. You motherfuckers are stressed out. And it's a lot of things that are going on to keep us stressed. So let's talk about that. Some things in the workplace, in the work environment, for those of you who are gainfully employed, you do not depend on your own self to make a living. You're not having an entrepreneur mindset. You are working a 9 to 5, punching the clock, and you're doing something as a service or a benefit or requirement for somebody else, another company, right? Not yourself. You're not self-employed. You have a job. And whether it is your coworkers, whether it is your atmosphere, whether it is your working environment or the future of your working environment, your ass can be stressed the fuck out. Be real with yourself. You kind of need a bit of a break from time to time, right? And you really don't know what the issues are, but you know that now you're tired, you're grouchy, waking up with pains. I saw a friend of mine post this on his social the other day. He's waking up and neck in his back. It just ain't happening. And there's reason for that, folks. You're stressed out. We have not talked about taking the time to really dive off into this and talk about this. In fact, tell me what you're doing while you're watching this broadcast. While this show is playing, what is it that you're doing? Are you laying down? Are you on the couch? Are you chilling? Are you watching the NFL game that's on television right now? Are you surfing through your streaming devices and trying to find a movie to watch for the evening? Are you cooking some food and trying some shit? Are you sitting in a restaurant? I don't know what you're doing. What do you do in your time to relieve stress? You heard the theme song. You're working all week. It's your 9 to 5. It's time to just sit back and just unwind for a bit. But a lot of us don't get a chance to do that, right? Over in the kitchen, I got some chicken stewing in the crock pot. I tried to get this shit ready for the show and have it good for the day. Didn't happen. I mean, I cut up a nice bird, seasoned it real good, put some cream of mushroom soup in there, and put some rice and diced up some vegetables. So it smells real motherfucking good in here. It really does. But I thought that I was going to have my food together. Unfortunately, I'm so caught up in my working environment and things of that nature, I forgot to turn it on high. And it was just sitting there turning over and over again, and my stuff ain't even right. Stu says he's on the toilet watching TikTok videos as you're comfortable. Now, if you're there too long, Wayne, your legs are going to get numb. You're going to tilt your ass over and fall and probably forget to wipe. That depends on if you pull your toilet tissue forward or pull it backwards. That in itself can stress people out. Who is this? Sending text messages. What are y'all sending me here tonight, man? This is tripped out. You're talking fast like you just drunk 2 cups of coffee. Yeah, it's real. I'm sipping good, man. I'm fit. Trust me, I'm feeling good today, but I've been stressed out at work. And part of the reasons why I've been stressed out at work, not just the working environment, not just the day in and day out duties of what work have to entail, because you can get so caught up in what you're doing on your job, right, that you forget about your own personal stuff. I've been having to mail out some Vicarious. I've got brothers asking me about the fragrance and the cologne. Hey man, I need some of this smell good that you've been talking about. I had some last time. My wife won't let me wear it because it smells that good. And I had other women come and approach me with it, and I need that. I have to hide it in my car. Serious words. I have to hide this in my car because my wife does not let me wear this in public, knowing I'm going to be around other women. So I have been so stressed out that I haven't even mailed out or sent out the smell good to my brother. And I got to do that. I got to take some time to do that. This is genuine stuff. I've just been stressed out. I've been stressed out about the family, people passing away. You'll see, a happy post here and there, and somebody makes a comment, oh, I can't believe I lost a loved one. It's like, dog, man, that kind of pulls at you. You got some coworkers who want to rub noses and want to rub elbows with some of the higher ups, and they try to throw you under the bus in some of the work that you're doing, knowing that you're really not doing anything wrong, right? They just want to stand out a little bit more than you are, and it's bringing unnecessary stress your way. So what do you do about that? Do you fire off? Do you clap back on their ass? Do you send nasty emails? How do we handle these situations? Well, one thing you don't want to do is you don't want to come out of character in the workplace. That's what you don't want to do. You don't want to get your ass together and do something like that that's going to drop a bomb and put yourself in a bad situation. You don't want to do that. Yeah, misery does love company. And people don't want to be around other people who are always negative and always talking down and always just having something bad to say, not only about the company, but about others in the workplace. That shit brings you down too. No pun intended for my brother sitting on the toilet. But it does bring you down. That shit can bring you down. You don't want that to continue to linger on you and you become one of those people who now are negative in the office and the workplace. It happens. So you don't want to get out of character. Another thing you don't want to do is you don't want to set it off in your job and just automatically just leave your job before you find something else. So you don't want to do that, man. You mad? I get it. I get it. I get you upset. You got a lot going on. You don't want to do that. But one thing you can do is take the higher approach. Be a little bit better in your tact, right? Not necessarily clap back or higher up, but just the energy that you give, make sure it's always positive. Hey, man, I appreciate that. I see what you're doing. Good job, Tim, or, way to go, Michelle, and all that kind of stuff. I, support and be supportive, because it's very hard to disrupt the psyche of somebody who is trying to bring you down with positive energy. Get away from that. Just totally dismiss that shit. Get away from it. There's a great divide that goes on not only in our workplace environment, man, but also amongst our peers and also amongst our family. And it's been a lingering thing that's been going on here that's caused a lot of people to be thoroughly upset, but you just can't talk about that shit like you want to because of how you may think others will feel about you. What does that mean exactly, AB? What are you talking about? I'm talking about that thing that's been hitting us on a regular basis here, right? These vaccines. Every freaking day we see something about COVID-19 and people, more and more cases are showing up about people leaving and passing away and things of that nature. So you don't want to continue to fall in that category, right? I don't know if you get these alerts on your social media platform, but on your cell phone or your iPhone or your rotary phone, or whatever it is that you use on a regular basis. But we have seen in many cases where the COVID-19 vaccine is about to be, if not already, mandated. A government mandate to where you have to be vaccinated before you can even go into certain jobs, before you can even go into certain businesses, before you can even go into certain cities. you have to be vaccinated. And not everybody's comfortable with that. That in itself can cause much stress because for those who are traveling, it takes away some of the locations that you can travel to and rule out some of those destinations. You have people who don't want to be around others who are non-vaccinated, and it's caused a divide. Like you don't even know if that's the cause or the reason why you may be ill. But our society has pushed us to say, well, yeah, shit, it could be COVID. You know, you could get sick. You're walking into several grocery stores and don't give a damn. You don't even care. But now that somebody's mentioning to go someplace where you have a concern, well, I don't really know about this COVID. Are they vaccinated? Is everybody there going to be having their shots? Because we're not really fully aware of what's going on ourselves. So it's something to talk about, something to look at, and just kind of making people feel a necessity to be divided. How do you all feel about that? Kind of talk to me and give me some flavor. Do you think this COVID-19 is more about a personal choice, or do you think it's more along the lines of us being healthy? Do you feel as if somewhere along the way that we need to have our right to freedom taken away? Like, what do you think about that? Are you yourself, are you vaccinated? Are you not vaccinated? Do you feel a certain way about people who are or they're not? Here's the place to go ahead and let that shit out. It's okay, man. No judgment, man. I don't judge whatsoever. This is not my place nor my platform to do that. This is the place where you come and be real and be honest and be 100% you. And it is respected. So if there's something that you are hearing that is something that you do not agree with, by all means, let that go. If there's something that you feel, you know what, I can co-sign on that check that you're writing, AB, let me know that you agree with that and give the reasons why, because people need to hear it. There's so many shy motherfuckers and quiet people out here in this world that they just sit back and they don't allow themselves to have their own opinions. So they want to hear from other people. And then there are people who do have their own opinion. They're just sitting back and waiting and see what others are going to say before they voice their own. So you have the platform here, man. I'm giving you the freedom to go ahead and say so. Hear what we had to say about that. Somebody saying this. Who is this? Johnny says, is it America anymore? I'm just tired of the scare tactics. Yes, everyone is at risk, not just the unvaccinated. This is true. This is true. Everyone is at risk. Think about that, folks. If we have people who are vaccinated, who are non-vaccinated, going into the same building, the same arena, first of all, you can't look at somebody and tell whether or not they're vaccinated, right? You have to remove the color of their skin, the content of their character, get all that shit out the way. You're basing this on a vaccine, a medical thing that's been injected into someone that is not visible to the human eye. Keep that in mind. So if that is something that feels that you are divided on based on, is it their personal choice? Is it something that they feel is something that's going to be healthy for them? Or is it something that says I have the freedom to do what I want to my body, when I want to do it in my body, and how I want to do it in my body, right? Do we feel the same about people who have common colds? Hey man, you in here sneezing? I'll bless you on the first one, right? But that second and third, you might need to go see a doctor about that. You know the rules. First sneeze, bless you. But we got away from that because our mindset has said, if you sneeze, it's COVID, not the cold, right? If you sneeze, it could be COVID and not your allergies. So you, sir, ma'am, can be confused about what's going on even with your own self because we don't really take the time to do that. Go to the grocery store with somebody, I may not want to do that because I don't want to do it. Go to a restaurant somewhere, well, it's not so bad if the crowd isn't that long. Okay. The NFL's back in effect. People are going back to these NFL games and going out in public for concerts and events because they're ready to get out and go play, mix and mingle. But yet we're not really concerned about that. I've heard people even say that you have to be vaccinated to go to these games. Well, what about the fans who are gung-ho for their team, but just haven't made time to get that shot? It's bad news, man. Awkward business. It just is, man. Are you mad at this? Now some people getting their motherfucking feelings about this topic because we have been conditioned, watch this now, to be divided about a subject matter that we cannot control. Can't do it. People are just out up in arms, man. We're not even concerned about our finances anymore, right? Used to be a time where if somebody had their money together or didn't have their money together, you deal with them on this level, but you wouldn't on certain levels because they didn't have the cash and the dollars together. Oh, but now it's more or less the stress of whether you're vaccinated or not. How does that play? What does that really look like? I'm having some good conversation about this, folks. Cheers. Sean is having a glass of wine. I'm having a little cup of, and I'm talking about this tonight. I'm feeling good, man. And I think this is just something that needs to be addressed over and over again. So it's not just one necessarily a serious topic. I just have to go off, and the platform is here, man. I'm giving you something to talk about and what we're going to do with it. So we got to be able to share and talk about this here on this platform. Invite your friends, invite your family members, share this link. It was a bad fight on social media and on TikTok. You can do it. I know you can. Bring some folks in here. Tell them how you learned about the online happy hour and what we're doing for the community. So you're mad, right? You're mad about the COVID-19. You're mad about the office workplace. You're mad about your money ain't right, right? We got folks out here who are in their 30s and their 40s, 50s, and even 60s out here hustling and working not one but two jobs, right? Because these children and young children are out here making $17, $18, $19, $25 an hour and doing less work, non-degreed. You took your ass to school and college and paying student loans and have acquired so much debt trying to be fly and to be jazzy. And they just come out into the microwave world making a little bit, probably about a third less of what you bring home, and did hardly any of your work. What does that feel like? How does that make you feel? Are you out there contemplating your lifelong goals and careers to go toss some boxes for Amazon and come out of that corporate world? Waiting on that promotion still? Is that you? Are y'all out here doing that? Somebody's thought about it. Somebody's giving that shit some serious consideration because you want to figure out, what's going on. Well, I can't believe these jobs are like this. Well, think about it, man. If they're paying this much more, right, for these jobs, the cost of living has made an adjustment. Your money's going to change, and you're spending more money nowadays because things just cost more, right? All my Chick-fil-A people out there that sit in those long ass Chick-fil-A lines, you've noticed that your chicken sandwich has probably gone from $5.15 up to $6.74. You don't fucking bat an eye. You don't pull out and leave because you probably can't. They got that shit blocked off with more kids. If it's a ramp, you can't just drive out. See, at McDonald's and all these other drive-thrus, if you really didn't like the price you got and you really weren't satisfied and your conscience kicked in and told you, hey, you know what, you really shouldn't be eating this greasy, nasty shit, you probably just go ahead and pull out the drive-thru and just think nothing of it because you haven't paid yet. But these new drive-thrus keep your ass in line, so you got to commit to that $6 and $7 fucking chicken sandwich, right? With just a piece of meat and a pickle. And we say it's so good. Popeyes over here got the $4 chicken sandwich, and it was on a fucking craze for about 2 months strong. And Chick-fil-A said, let me get that. Let me get that. I can do that on a regular basis and brought people back over there for that chicken sandwich. That shit itself is stressing folks out, right? Because if you look at all these television channels, even KFC's got their own fucking chicken sandwich now. You've got Popeyes with their chicken sandwich. McDonald's has stepped in the game and they got their chicken sandwich. Chick-fil-A is like, you know what? Let me get that. I got to hold on. I got to lock on all this. So they're doing what they're doing to keeping us consumed with this food, this grease, and all this kind of stuff. And we're just not paying attention, man. We're stressed out. Let me just buy this feel good food. Get the kids' meal for the kids in the back, and just go on about the day. We're not cooking anymore. I said it. We're not spending much time at home around the kitchen table, if there is a kitchen table anymore. We're not doing some of those things, man, because we mad, we frustrated, we stressed out. Think about that, folks. I mean, in real life, think about all the stuff that's going on. It's got your ass stressed all the fuck out. And it's not good. It's not healthy. It's not. Doctor visits, right? Blood pressure's increasing. Stress levels are going up. Weight is going up. Few of us are walking as much as we should. We drive to more places than not. We're just not doing some of those things that we should be doing on more frequent basis. Hold on. JB, you right. This is good. I have been too, fix your words. I have been stressed too at work, so I understand what you mean. I get it. Hey man, this is real talk tonight, man. I want to make sure that y'all get this thing, get it good, and keep it 100 tonight up in here. These vaccinations really got people stressed out. And that has been something that I've been seeing so frequently in the news, but on my social media platforms, you kind of stay away from that. And I'm not quite sure why that is. Maybe people just aren't comfortable with the fact of knowing because they feel the divide, right? You got a family member over here that is encouraging you to get the vaccine. You got somebody over here that says, you know what, F that vaccine. I don't want to get that. I'm going to be just as good. We're going to die of something anyway. Well, you don't necessarily want to rush this thing, right? What you want to do is just make sure that your body first of all, let's eliminate the possibility of not knowing and control some of the shit that we can control. Can we start there? Let me tell you how to do that. Change your diet. Do the things you can control, man. Change your motherfucking diet. Stop with the fast food so much, right? Use those things in your household. Repeat after me: stove, right? Oven, right? Refrigerator. Use those things. Fresh fruits, fresh vegetables. It's okay to have an orange. It's okay to eat an apple, right? It's okay to do all that stuff. You can eat these natural foods, man. Bananas. Where if you're in anywhere in some town in America, right? And by no means is this me promoting anyone's business, but let me help you out. There are smoothies, right? You can condense all your food, your nutrients, your fruits, vitamins in these freaking smoothies that they got. This place that does $5 smoothies. Look it up. They do $5 smoothies. And with those smoothies, man, you can go in there and get not really a meal replacement, but something fresh to put in your body, along with the fucking water you should be drinking to flush out all the other bad things that go on in your body. Let me tell you what you can be doing, folks. This is what I do every day before I start my day is I drink a bottle of water to the neck, right? I take a bottle of water and it's straight to the head, right? No chaser, no nothing. So before I get up and I do any walking or moving around, I want to throw a bottle back and stay fresh. What that does, now watch this, is it kind of flushes out all the nasty toxins and all that shit you've been sleeping on throughout the night. And then the first thing in the morning, what I do is I take the dog out for a walk and we just get, our good steps in. I come and hit the weights and then I start my work day. Now I've been encouraged and I tried this actually this morning. I got up about like 4 a.m. and did this Camp Gladiator. And when I tell you that kicked you see me moving around quite a bit, and I'm squirming because my glutes are kind of tight. I moved in directions I wasn't really used to moving for real like that. So my glutes are kind of tight. I've been sitting for quite some time, and it's kind of bothered my posture a little bit to where I wasn't used to it. Now, do I want to do this again tomorrow? Hell no. No, that hurts. But I'm going to have to, it encouraged me to say that I have to do something different for my body, to my body, to put my body in a better position. Didn't get much sleep, got up early, really hard, ain't sleep at all. So I got up early, and I wanted to make sure that I was ready because I said I was going to do this. I tried to do it a couple times, and I mean, you know, I got up and I was like, I'm not going to get up. I'm not going to do it. Sleeping bad, it's just not what it is. You know what I'm saying? So for me, and this is just for me, I'm speaking for myself. For me, getting up when it's still dark outside, the crack of dawn, and I'm up here, you know, pumping and sweating and doing things with this workout, not comfortable. It's not something I want to continue to do. But there is something that has to be done. So what I do is I continue moving around. I continue walking. I'm going to continue doing that because that helps me. You know, incorporating some fruit in the morning. Change that motherfucking diet, man. It's okay. You are too old to be always eating goddamn pizza all the time, right? You are too mature. You should take better care of yourself to always be eating fried chicken every week. Do it for yourself, right? Stick around a little bit longer. Prolong the heart rate and the heartbeat. Get the blood pressure down, right? Lower the cholesterol. Get the body together. Live better. Feel better. And let some shit change in your life, man. It's some things that you're gonna have to learn that are truly necessary. Now, Shantae laughing at me. That shit hurt, man. It's fucking crazy. She encouraged me to get my ass up and just try this because she's a freaking gladiator and she does this. Hell, I tried it. I ain't no quitter, but I know when to hold them and know when to fold them. Can I just say it like that, folks? I know when to hold them and I know when to fold them. But I'll give it another try, but just in a different time. And I think for me, part of the reason why I feel so much stress is because, watch this, I'm not managing my time as best as I should. I got to manage my time a little bit better. What does that mean exactly? Because people say there's only 24 hours in a day. Yes, I get that. You have to utilize the best of those 24 hours. Get adequate sleep, right? Get adequate nourishment. Move your body, get the blood flowing. So it kind of eliminates all that extra stress and all that shit that goes on within yourself and your own thought process. It's crazy how we tend to do that and beat ourselves up at times. But we have to continue to do this, people. We have to continue to do this because I encourage you as a life coach. It's encouraging to see people live out their best life and do the best things they possibly can. Again, I mentioned this earlier in the show. If you're just now tuning in, we've had people on our timelines and our social media platforms and our family just disappearing. Just, you know, on some old endgame type shit. They just 35, 50, 62. I mean, they're dying at the age of lotto ticket numbers. You know what I'm saying? They're just going out. And you don't know who's going to be next. We got people in their 20s. And we're not talking, you know, violence or anything of that nature. We're not even on that level. What we're talking about is people who are just leaving because you just passed away. Didn't collect gold, didn't pass gold, didn't collect $200. Your ass just gone. And you don't want it to continue to happen and hopefully not be you, right? Because there's some more stuff that you want to accomplish. And your ass is just stressed out. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't be so damn stressed in life that you can't really enjoy what you're doing, and you're beating up your mental, you're beating up your physical, and you're beating up your heart and your body, stressing out about other shit that you see online. You can't do that. Now, who believes or who thinks watching this broadcast right now that positive energy has a greater pull than negative energy? Who believes that? Anybody? Anyone? Take your time and think about that. We got to think about the impact that negative energy has on us and our mind, right? If there's something motivating and prosperous and glorifies you and makes you feel good, you'll like that for the moment, right? You'll pull towards it for just a little bit. But then there's somebody out there that sees those little fights and sees those fucking slaps and watches people fall over on these milk crates and all that kind of stuff. They're still doing that bullshit. But the mindset says, let me watch this pain. Let me watch this struggle. Let me watch this fall. Let me watch this struggle and see what happens and how they deal with it. Rather than shifting their mind to say, man, look at something good, look at something positive. It doesn't feel the same. So it has a different level of pull on you. And that shit eats at the body, right? Because you tend to look for more. And these social media pulls will, okay, we got somebody that wants to see that. Let's pull. You know, you're engaged in this type of activity. You're engaged in these type of videos and you stay here longer. So we're going to filter and feed those through to you on a more consistent basis because we know that that energy is gravitating towards what you want. Get rid of that shit, man. Change your mindset about that. Eliminate that. Why you mad, man? Because you got fucking stress. And your ass is going to go loony. You're going to be sick. You're going to be crazy. And you're not going to understand why. So you have to stop doing that stuff, right? You got to steer away from it. Do the total fucking opposite. I can't do this no more, right? Somebody once said, if you always did what you've always done, you'll always be where you've always been. And if your groove and your dial and your tune has been set to negative energy, then chances are you're going to continue that same path of the same negative shit that you've been seeing over and over again. And all that good life and that wonderful stuff you talk about on your previous posts and look back over your days and what is it, 2021? You look back over some shit you said back in 2017 and 2012 and 2015 and it still hasn't happened. You got to change your mindset and get away from that stuff. Self included, right? I've even said I'm going to change and do some positive stuff and line myself up with the right people and bring you stage plays and bring you more books and more shows and, you know, be in the realm of the Tom Joyners and the Michael Bazins. I put my words out there to the universe to do just that. Allow myself to get sidetracked and put some other things before my goals and my visions. And even though I'm remaining consistent in certain things, you find it harder to move forward in a realm that could have been a little bit easier if you have stayed focused. So yeah, I get it. I get it. Am I saying that I'm not going to achieve these things? I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is I got to put myself in a better position to do more things in the state of what I said I'm going to accomplish. See, text message already. Enough with the positivity. Talk about the relationships. See what I'm saying? Not knocking the text message because that's the energy that they're asking for. Talk about these relationships. Okay. Why though? Why the relationships? Hold on. This was a single person that just texted me and asked me to share more stuff about relationships. You're single and you want to talk about relationships on a regular basis. Not really want to hear about this, get your life together. Let's just hear about these relationships. Okay. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about these relationships. What is this? The month of September? The show's almost over. The month of September is almost over. And this is the alleged take a man on a date month. Let's talk about these relationships. This is what you wanted. I'm here for that. Let's have at it. 2 weeks left in this month, and there is a meme going around, take a man on a date. For the single ladies out there, are you taking men on dates? And if so, how is that shit working for you, right? Let's talk about the reasons why people don't take men out on dates. Don't even get there first, because what is it that you're looking for, right? And me personally, what I believe, and this is just what I believe people are not doing it. I heard somebody say in the comments in the online happy hour group that that's not the way grandmama and them did it, and all that kind of stuff. She would roll over in her grave if she knew that type of thing was going on. And I get it. But grandmama came from a whole different era. They did some courting and stuff back then. We should probably do courting now, but that's not happening on a frequent basis. So you have to do some things a little bit different to get what you want in life. And if you're not willing to take a man, then listen, this is just one weekend out of the year, out of 1 month, to say, hey, I want to take a guy out on a date, and you're not willing to do that. I think a lot of people out there are afraid of the rejection. You feel as if you're going to approach somebody that's not feeling you, and you're going to get the no, right? I think people out there are not confident in the fact that the date that they want to be taken on, they're not willing to shell out the cash and the spend to take somebody out on said date as well, right? You want somebody to take your ass out to Lowry Steakhouse or to a Ruth's Chris, right? To a Perry Steakhouse, but yet you yourself are willing to just drop bread to go to Denny's. Yeah. From Starbucks, some shit like that. See, there has to be a level of expectation that is met. The kind of person that you want to be around and socialize with, are they on the exact same level of, or even more, where it is that you're not only at, but where you're trying to go? So I believe that there are people out there who have a fear factor of introducing or inviting a different element of a person into their atmosphere that they themselves aren't comfortable with. You want to be dated, you want to be courted, you want to be loved. Yeah, I get that. There's nothing wrong with that. But are you willing to open up that door yourself? And a lot of times, no. For those fear factors, for those examples I mentioned. But then there's that person that isn't quite ready to love on themselves, right? Because you yourself haven't made the time to date you. This is month number 9. You've had a whole good, 2/3 of the year gone by, and you're not feeling that way about yourself. So you can't really put yourself, it's foreign to say, hey, I want somebody to join me in my space and where I want to be and where I feel comfortable, because you yourself haven't even allowed yourself to see what that looks like for your own goddamn self. So how can you invite somebody out on a date, young lady, if you haven't found you and know what you like? Because now you have to ask him them same goddamn questions that you don't want somebody to ask you. Did I say it out loud? Because I sure the hell meant it. No, you ain't ready to do that. You are not ready to do that. You don't want to face that shit. You don't want to look at the own mirrors in your home, right? Because you stop taking those selfies. Oh shit, got quiet now because I'm going somewhere. You got quiet. You got hushed on. You stopped looking in the mirror because you had to face your own goddamn self and see the things that you think others see about you. So while you're not ready to date just yet, but want somebody to come and be in your space and be in your lane and cuddle up with you, hold you, make you feel a little bit better, rub you down, make your body feel good because you miss some good, strong fucking. I know you do. And but you want more. You want more. You want some candy. You want some flowers. You want some romance, and not quite sure what it looks like coming in because you don't know how to receive it. It's got to get in some kind of way, like the fucking Amazon trucks, right? You just want to track it and see when it's coming, who's going to bring the shit to you, what it's going to look like, what the package is, what time it's going to get here. But your love language don't look like that. No. That's why you're mad. That's why you're frustrated. Sitting back there like Grandma Clump, been wanting and wanting and wanting and wanting. And yeah, I get it. But that ain't where you at right now. So the relationship conversation has to stop with other people because you have to take the time to have a relationship with you. If you're not taking a man on a date this month, take your goddamn self on a date this month. Go somewhere where you think and where you would like to go, but you're not willing to do that. No, I don't want to eat by myself. Only in the drive-thru. You don't want to do that. You're mad. You're frustrated because nobody sees you. Well, young person, look at yourself. Take a good, strong look at who you are. Not about all this shit about what you bring to the table, because your table ain't really set right now. But just take some time to love on you. You know, what games do you enjoy? What books do you enjoy reading? Let that fucking television go sometimes, man. What do you enjoy doing? Not just your job, right? What kind of pastimes? You know, take some time to find out what you enjoy, why you enjoy it, and have a better understanding of self. And get that thing understood and recognized, and you're going to be able to draw people in and find out that you have things in common with them. Listen, let me hit you with this. Now, my man Rob, happy anniversary, Rob. Happy anniversary to you and Tracy, man. It's prime freaking example. Brother's been married for, how old am I? 42, 45? Rob, you've been married for like 30, 40 years? I don't know, something like that. 19, 20, something like that, man. But him and Tracy been together for God knows how long, right? And they get it. They bonded. They do stuff together. Wherever they go, they together. And I love it. You got to respect that because they understand who they are by themselves. Went to 27 years. I knew it was half of me or all of me or somewhere in that age. Yeah. But you got to find 27 years, man. That's a great number. You got to find that thing what you like to do and then let that other person be okay with who you are and love on them where they are, and you can love on them where they are, and you can do those things together. Well, a lot of folks in these relationships, and why you're mad, though, is that you want them to like everything you're doing, and you don't really have to give a damn about what they like. It does not work that way. Love yourself enough to know that, hey, whether you love on me right here, whether you accept me for who I am or you don't, I'm still going to do me, and I don't want to have to change to invite you in over here because that's going to frustrate you, keep you mad, because now you're going to look at them like, you're doing that thing again. And you're going to be, watch this now. You're going to be reaching out to somebody else, talking to them on the phone about stuff that you don't like about the person that you're already with. And you're mad. You got to stop doing that and get out of that rhythm because that negative stuff you're watching on television, they're doing that. There's scripts on television about all that. Get away from that, man, because you're gravitating toward that and you're buying into that energy and it makes you see that part of that aspect, but you'll never see resolution in that. It's not written in the script for there to be resolution. Baby, I'm sorry. We're going to get this through. No, that's why it's called a drama. And you're holding tight and you're holding steadfast to the drama. Let me tell you how this worked for me. Because I found myself during the pandemic in a relationship I was going through and it just wasn't working out. My cousin had invited me to come to the shooting range with him just to relieve some stress. I was like, no, I don't want to do that. And this gun, this is fine. It's some black man. I don't want to be seen with the gun. I don't want to know what they do to me. I just don't like that. No, please, I don't want to do that. But no. No, I said, man, why not? Let me go here. Let me pop out a few rounds. Cause I had five. Rob knows I had 5 guns and stuff in high school, but it wasn't what to go to no range with. You just had them. Anyway, whole nother story. Well, let me just kind of bring you back. So I went to the range and I got comfortable in there, and I found something that gave me, just me, a place of comfort, of solitude where I could just be me. I could inhale, find my target, breathe, boom. And all that stress that was in me is gone. And I do it again. And I do it again. Nobody got hurt because I'm safe and I'm thinking and I'm conscious. I'm watching, I'm observing. Everything is in my surroundings. And I just feel better, right? At the end of the round, when I've released everything in that magazine or the clip, wherever it is you're from, what you want to call it, I felt better. And it was something that was encouraging to me. So what I did was I made sure that I was safe doing it and invited somebody else to jump on and be a part of that. I was like, yo, it's good for me. Somebody showed this to me and I embraced it. I'd like to introduce it to you. No, I don't want to do that. I'm scared of guys. Yeah, man, do that. It's going to hurt me. And well, and I get it. I totally get it because that's the mindset. I had the same mindset too. I don't want to be caught and they'll take me to jail if I'm in there and they're going to shoot me. I'm a black man. I don't want to do that. And I get it. All that. But for me, and it's just for me, I found peace within that, right? So it was something the guys started doing and the fellas started doing, and you started finding yourself doing date night, gun range. And, I'm taking my son now, and I'm like, hey, you need to be more cautious in your surroundings. This is what worked for me, right? Rob would tell you, hey, man, I got this. Now it's legal. What am I supposed to do with it? I don't know what to do with it. I'm shooting this. He can attest to this. I believe this actually happened. Went to his house and, the range what he has and shot off. And I was like, okay, well, now this is what I got. Well, how does this work? Let me get some tools because I didn't have an understanding about something that I personally had, but I wanted to learn more. Not just about walking around, who can I shoot with this? No, what can I do? How can I get better at this? And what is this thing really used for? So I wanted to do that. And I found myself around people and gathering information, doing my own personal research and finding out what worked best for me. The more I began to do that, the easier it was for me to understand my firearm and get to learn more about it. I introduced my son to it. This is what dad's doing and what he's doing to relax, man. And here's the reasons why I want you to be more aware of it. People saw me about that. They saw that I took a liking to it and I was finding favor. I found a guy, you heard him on my show, Mr. Cleo Jackson, not long ago. And he introduced me to an entirely different world. And I just had to say that, hey, man, this was helpful for me. So I encourage you, man. Now that I'm even doing that, I want to be able to reach out and help others as well. That is what I do. That is a short length of my story and why I want to became a National Rifle Association licensed instructor. I want to help people not only learn how to shoot guns, but help you get registered to get your license to carry, whatever state that you may be in. I got you. I can help you with that. There's some people who are saying, no, I don't need that because, it's open carry nowadays. You need to learn about that a little bit more because I want to keep you safe. Don't get mad. I'm just a messenger, and I want to make sure that you have the proper tools and the proper insight that you need to make better decisions about yourself and your environment, your surroundings, and just be better prepared, not only for yourself, but for your children, for your family. And there's nothing more attractive than somebody with a sound mind who has great reflexes and is willing to learn and be willing to be taught at the same time. That's education, man. That's how stuff flows. That's just the natural evolution of people in their learning process. If you stay stagnant with that same information you got back in 97, then shit just probably a little bit different for you along the road because you're going to find yourself getting weeded out on a few conversations. Look, folks, information changes every 65 years. Dialogue changes every 65 years. Okay? What you said a few years ago, the way grandmama and them talk, their slang and our parents' slang and our slang and our children's slang, the shit changes every now and then. So you have to be able to adapt and adjust to learn that shit is going to grow, and you don't want things to outgrow and out-evolve you. That is what that is. So yes, Tracy, you're right. There's so many people who are just educated, uneducated. We don't know. But we want to remain ignorant, and that's not cool. It's not sexy. It's going to keep you mad. So I encourage you folks, get some good information. Just stick around good people and stop being so mad. Let the stress go. Find something that's going to help you be the best version of yourself. Get around positive people. I'm not saying date them. I'm just saying get around positive people, right? And increase your own self-worth. Right? Make yourself a little bit better in the rooms and the environments that you find yourself in. Because what's going to happen naturally is you're not going to be so mad in that environment. You're not going to be so frustrated because you're open to new information. You're open to receive, even if it doesn't look like you. I've got people registered right now that are coming to my NRA certified firearms class that don't look like me. Most of the people who look like me don't want to go. They don't want to find that level of education. That's okay. But the main thing is you have to be in realms of places and of people and of things, nouns, that are going to make you a little bit better than you were the day before. That in itself, folks, is going to be the way that you stay healthy, to be safe, to think clearly, to evolve better, and not be so stressed out, not be so discouraged, not be so mad, and shit. If I keep staying around people who are staying in shape and going to work out, I probably won't be so damn sore every time I get up in the morning. So I thank everybody for just giving their listening ear. I thank everybody who's been tuning in. I thank you all for getting some insight. If you got some good game out this show, man, thank you. Do me a favor. Tell about 2 more people to tune in with you next week as we hit you with another wonderful topic, man. I know this was off the cuff. Really didn't plan on this one, but that's just how the show goes sometimes, man. On behalf of my family, my friends, my frat, my sorors, and all my people, man, I love you. God bless you. Get home safe and do everything that you need not to be stressed. It's your main man, Andy Brown, right here on the Online Happy Hour, giving y'all some good names. Good night. I love you, and I'm gone. Yeah.